The Wellness Show, Episode 29.
Welcome to The Wellness Show, a podcast on health and wealth. I'm your host, Tyson Bannigan, the founder of the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. Join me as we get the latest insight, tips, and strategies from wellness providers, coaches, and successful, heart-centered entrepreneurs, and much, much more. So welcome to The Wellness Show. I am very excited to have Star Walker, Deb Peterson on the show, and we're going to talk about the Merkaba. The exciting thing from Deb's point of view is she just had guidance about the new way of us approaching and working with Merkaba. So without further ado, Deb, thank you very much for coming on this show. I know you've got lots to share with us, all about light tables and Merkabas and earth healings. So let's start. Where would you like to start? You want to start with the Merkaba?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, this is an angelic Merkaba. It is different than typical Merkabas you've heard about in the past. This angelic Merkaba was brought about by divine guidance. And the reason this special geometry, it is different. It's a complex star octahedron sacred geometry, but it's also 3 and 4-sided pyramids. So it's definitely unique and different than previous Merkabas that people have worked with. And divine guidance has brought it forth at this time for humanity's and the planet's ascension activation. And that is my main spiritual goal in working with these, is to help people awaken to the ascension energies, help Mother Earth through these Merkabas.
Great.
And the Merkabas, yes.
So let's see if we can find a picture of this. We were trying to do this ahead of time, and I don't know how successful, but here goes. We're just going to share the screen here, and we're going to see if we can find what we are talking about here. Let's see here. So can you see that? Do you see the Merkaba now?
Not yet. I don't see the share screen on yet.
All right, you don't see the share screen on yet. All right, so let's try again. Wherever you are, wherever you went.
Yeah, I don't see the green share screen.
It doesn't show the green share screen. Okay.
Oh, there. Okay, now it changed.
Okay, so now you're seeing a light table, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the Merkaba Light Table. If you have one with a big Merkaba, if you could go to, can you go to that?
Yeah, let me just see if we can do that. Here, how about, can you see that?
Yes, that's it.
All
that
right.
is it.
So do you want to talk?
Okay. Yes. That is an 8-foot angelic Merkaba, and this particular one is Egyptian energy. They are all different. There's only a few of them in the world, and this one connected to Egypt is associated with Thoth. He has appeared many times in the Merkaba room working with the energies, and this creates a 0-point field when you stand inside of it. You feel like you're just light and energy, and that's the whole point of it, because it's using the quantum physics law of entrainment to raise your vibration level to work on your light body to get it to a higher frequency. That's what these Merkabas do. And you see it's definitely different. It's got 3 and 4-sided pyramids on it, and it's got little Merkabas, one at the top and one at the bottom. And what's unique about these is they are intelligent energy. They're not just a sacred geometry that produces energy, but they're intelligent energy. And when I started working with them in 2005, I was able to remember I used to work with them in Atlantis and ancient Egypt. And they can telepathically communicate with people. The energy field is so powerful with this one, people could feel it 5 miles away.
Wow.
So that's what,
Powerful.
yeah, yes, it is very powerful. And the reason that it's here is, like say, to open sacred space, create high vibration energy portals. The littler ones, they're the medium-sized Merkabas you see hanging from the top and one at the very bottom. I also make those, and they are also for people who can put them on their house and also put them on the land. They are great for dowsing, wonderful, powerful dowsing tools, because they can, one, clear negative energies, and also they're able to bring in positive energies. And that's what's unique about them is, you know, some dowsing will take the energy field to 0, but these take it to a positive energy after it's been cleared. I put it in houses when it needs just clearing of negativity or ghosts, and it's able to clear it and raise the vibration. You can also hang them like on trees, and when you spin them, that it activates the power a lot more in bringing up the frequency, and so you can put it out on the land because it can create portals.
Wow.
And that's what you.
That's a lot of information. So let me see if I can summarize some of it. So if I understand that instead of the Merkaba, which is really 2 tetrahedrons, one on top of the other, one spinning clockwise and one spinning counterclockwise, which is an interdimensional portal, and that each one of your chakras is a Merkaba, and each one of those then therefore allows that null point or that 0 point so that you can do interdimensional travel. You're saying that through the guidance you received that it's changed from a tetrahedron actually to a pyramid. So there's actually, is it one pyramid on top of the other pyramid, and are they rotating like original Merkaba, or is there more than one pyramid? I mean, more than 2 pyramids.
That's why I call it an angelic Merkaba, so people don't get confused. It's not the typical rotating star tetrahedron. This is a stellated complex star octahedron, but it also has 3 and 4-sided pyramids in it, so it's very complex and different. And yeah, that's why it's very, very unique and different than any of the other Merkabas that are out there.
Yeah, I think I'm beginning to understand what you're talking about. I work with a dodecahedron sound chamber, and the original one was a stellated dodecahedron. So I'm understanding that, you know, the complexity of stellated can add other dimensions to the original sacred geometry. So in the terms of sacred geometry, when we get to tetrahedrons, we're at the highest level of the 5 platonic solids. Is that correct?
I'm not sure on that as an answer. All I know is that the star octahedron seems to be more powerful for this time frame that we're in. I've heard that other of the typical Merkaba people are going to the star octahedron also, but this came in with the star octahedron and the 3 and 4 already into this pattern. So I say it's very unique in purpose and complexity and the way it's shaped.
Yeah, it's exciting because, you know, one of these things is we don't need to really know. I mean, from a scientific or a rational, intellectual level about, you know, this or that or whatever. While it's interesting, what you're really saying is it's a download through your guidance, and it's something we're to work with, understand more from an intuitive guidance perspective than from a rational, intellectual understanding. So yeah, so let's move on from that. So tell me, how do you use that, for example, in the landscape? You were saying, I've noticed other pictures you have it hanging in the landscape. Is that correct? Like, do you hang it in the landscape?
Yes, on the website, wellness-energetics.com, if you go under the store, it shows pictures of hanging the little Merkabas from like tree branches, and also you can hang it from a like a microphone boom stand, and if you spin it, there's a little battery operated spinner you can get, because when you're spinning it activates more power. So you can just easily take a little Merkaba with a little spinner and go hang it from a branch, and I've taken it to many locations, and it's able to create positive vortexes. And at Chaco Canyon, I was sent there with the Merkaba and went to one of the ruin sites and was told to place it in this 8-foot square hole right next to a sort of like a vesica Pisces shape that was in the ground. And as soon as I put the Merkaba in that hole, it activated an interdimensional portal. And the uses of this is phenomenal of connecting to galactic energies.
Yeah, it sounds to me like you've discovered all what I would call an intergalactic key. So if we take this to sacred sites, which most of them have, not all, most of them, but lots of them have been shut down by the shaman before the white man came, or even maybe by ATs before they left the planet. In their evolution, they shut down a lot of these sites. So it seems to me by using the technology that you've been guided, that you could take that, it's like literally a key that unlocks that site and allows it to come back online, I guess is the way I might describe it. That's what I'm getting. Is that what you're discovering?
Yes, I mean, intuitively I'm told what to do, and they told me to go to Chaco Canyon and told to bring a Merkaba. And when I went there and started the first ceremony, 3 Anasazi priests, all in white, floating in the air, appeared, and were grateful because it was reactivating into its sacred integrity of the site. And then they led me to this, the vesica Pisces shape, and that's also on the website. And that hole that just seemed to be made for a perfect Merkaba to fit there. And as soon as I sat there, like I say, it connected to the galactic energies, and I knew that's my job, and that's why I was sent there. And they've also sent me to other sacred places, taking these Merkabas and activating major portals for cleaning the earth, connecting with inner earth beings, basically getting the earth grid system more healed, more activated, and the Merkaba is a vital part of that, yes.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like it. So if you could maybe explain to people what a vesica Pisces is. I think you have one actually behind you. Could you sort of show them what that looks like?
Okay, well, let's see. I'll sort of put my hands up like this. The place I was at was like this shape, and in between, if the 2 circles would come together, that sort of eye that is formed is what the vesica Pisces is. And right at the intersection of where that eye would be was that little square hole in the ground where the Merkaba fit. So it was right at that intersection.
Wow. So it's like the lock mechanism, and you have the key. Well, that's very exciting. So, have you been guided to take this to various points on the landscape? Like, have you been guided to do geometry layouts in the landscape yet?
Oh yes, because I dowse. I'm a dowser, and I use my hands. I don't need divining rods. I use my palm chakras, and I can go over a map, and Spirit will tell me where to go and where to be on the Earth grid. And plus, I can see energy lines and vortexes, and then I'm told where to go exactly just through that method, and take the Merkaba and set it up and spin it. And as soon as it activates, I can see concentric rings of energy go floating out along the ground, through the ground, around the Merkaba as it's being activated to the reason that it was there.
Wow, very exciting. So do you have any connection with elementals, or any feeling that this helps the elementals do the work that they're called to do?
Oh yes, I see and talk with elementals all the time. They show up, intergalactic beings show up, beings from different worlds will come through wormholes. I can see them psychically step out of these holes in the space, come through and look at me as I'm doing the sacred work, and watch as I'm doing it, and then go back through that hole, and the envelope just closes back up. And angels appear, space beings, galactic beings. It's interdimensional. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it sounds very exciting. So tell me, in the work that you've been doing, how do you see this being part of the emerging of the new Earth, or however we want to call this, or the ascension process? Are these the alignments that we need to do as part of the birthing process, or is this, how does this all fit in from your perspective?
Well, a couple ways. Through the individual Merkabas that individual people can buy, it's a way of them accessing an energetic portal to help themselves raise their vibration, like through quantum physics entrainment law of raising their frequency. And when people put it in their house, they're raising the frequency of the house, clearing it and setting sacred space and helping them individually. On a grander level, I've also been directed to create what's called a Merkaba Light Table, which is mostly for wellness practitioners so they can work on clients to balance the chakras, raise their energy field. And part of the other pictures I have shown, we can talk in a bit later, is that it definitely works on the chakras. And there's a picture of some scientific tests I have done to prove that it does that. And then a third is I teach the class that the wellness practitioners to get a Merkaba Light Table, that's a requirement to take. And during the class, that these beings of light show up, and through this sacred configuration of the Merkabas, I've had up to 10th dimensional beings show up and show me how to make a special configuration that activates the people in the class to a phenomenal ascension awareness activation and clearing level. And I've had Thoth show up, Anubis, Isis, a lot of Egyptian deities, Archangel Michael, and at the last class, Tesla, the inventor, showed up and basically said him and his, I guess, group he's working with really was behind the Merkaba, and they were saying, go for it, we're behind you and backing you. And he showed up and they channel through me, and I can see him, I talk through him, and they activate portals of energy in the classes for the people, and they're just very powerful. So there's many ways that these Merkabas and the work I'm doing is helping people, helping the planet, going to sacred sites, going to grid points, aligning the ley lines of the planet and going to mountaintops with these Merkabas. It's very extensive what's happening.
Very exciting. So have you created a network of light workers or people that are doing this work? Are you staying in touch with them in any way, shape, or form?
The Merkaba Light Table certified practitioners, which is on the website, lists there are different states that they have the table, then people can experience. I also travel around the country and teach people, if they want to become certified, to get a Merkaba Light Table. I will come to your city to do that. And I also do a full weekend of training and that class. And anybody can come to the Saturday class. And this is when, like, the Egyptian deities showed up and these huge activations. It just happens. Anybody can come to those. And so I'm just traveling. Spirit said to sell my house, and I did. And I'm just going out in the country and doing my light work.
That sounds exciting. Yeah, I was thinking about, like a Facebook group or a network of people that are having these experiences and hooking them together so that they learn how to use these as interdimensional keys, or how to open up portals, how to manage the energy, how to deal with it, how to be responsible for that, and how to use it to heal the planet. It seems that there's a whole new body of information interdimensionally that wants to come through at this time, and you're providing one of the vehicles and ways for that to arrive on planet Earth in a way that people can work with it and use it to bring about earth healings and transformation, both from the personal to the planetary. So that was sort of the question. So you're teaching practitioners, that's really exciting. But do you have a network of people, like when you sell them or distribute these out, do you network with those people?
I am learning how to get into the technical stuff of Facebook. I'm a newbie at that. So that's next on the list to really do. It's part of the weekend class, though, is teaching people how to do dowsing if that's what they want. Yeah. And so this is going to give me more impetus to get on the Facebook thing. I guess I'll just have to do it.
Well, I would love to help you do that. I just think the idea of having a network of like-minded people that's doing this work, there's so much to discover and share that body of information sounds to me like it would be your new book. That would be really, really awesome. So I'm all for that. I think that would be incredible body of information that the planet's been waiting to have delivered. Yeah, I can almost feel the whales and the dolphins wanting to join in on that as well. So I know we're talking a lot of woo-woo, but it makes perfect sense to me that this is the next step for us as we raise the consciousness. So very, very exciting. So do you think there's more geometric forms to come through, or do you think that this is, how do you see this? I mean, did Tesla give you some clues? Because, I mean, Tesla was working on zero-point energy and all sorts of incredible things, and was way ahead of his time. He's one of my heroes. You know, and if we had implemented all of Tesla's technology, we would be an energy-free planet, and we would be out of bondage, so to speak. We wouldn't have electricity in the way we do. We wouldn't have to pay for gas and oil and those sorts of things. We'd be producing our own power. In fact, we'd probably be learning how to generate our own personal energy to light up our house and to fuel our cars and our transportation. So do you have any clues about where we may be going with all of this?
Yeah, in 2010, they told me to put a center spiral in each of the Merkabas, and they have 9 wrappings of the gold and silver wire, and they channeled that there's like 7 different meanings, that when a person just looks at a Merkaba, it energetically is shifting them on a higher frequency, because like it's telling their soul to remember that we're getting out of duality into oneness. The wrappings represent our DNA spiral of life, many different things, and that information is on the website, showing that Spirit is showing us that energetically it's shifting just by being in the vicinity and looking at a Merkaba. So it's shifting on that level. And then recently I've also been shown to make different configurations of the Merkabas that people can use to take out into the land for dowsing, that have different frequencies, different gemstones that can go in the Merkaba, because whatever you put inside a Merkaba will amplify out. If you put a picture of Jesus inside, that energy will go outward. So with the different, like a rose quartz inside, you'll have love energy. With the amethyst, you'll have spiritual. So I'm making a whole new line of little Merkabas that people can take for dowsing, for clearing their home or land, for basically sleeping under their heart chakra. And so it's getting more complex. And they did tell me I got to write actually 3 books, and I've got to get on it. And so that's my next one, is to get and do that. So it's really expanding out, and the work with like I say, the Merkaba Light Table is getting more scientific understanding of that it really works. And I'm going to be talking with some scientists to get more studies. I've done a lot so far, and I don't know if you want to share a screen of the one with the chakra pictures.
Well, let's see if we can do that. It was really slow the last time, but let's see if we can do that. We'll see if we can go there and find where we were before.
It's using a GDV machine, which is taking a baseline of a person before they went under 30 minutes of the Merkaba Light Table, and then an after test, and it shows that the chakras that were out of whack before were mostly in line. Very striking. And if it doesn't come up, I say it's on my website, wellness-energetics.com.
Well, let me just see if I can do that. I'm trying to get back to where we are, or where you are. It's interesting because I keep losing the Zoom here. Let's see, back to the meeting. Yeah, I don't know. I've got it up on my screen, but I have to figure out how to share it here. So just give me a sec here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't even see you anymore. So keep talking. Let me just say that when looking at the picture right now, that with the chakras are unaligned after being under the light table for a period of time, it looks like they start to align fairly quickly. It's interesting, in the subject A, that really it was sort of like the root chakra seems to be the last one that was wanting to align, which is really quite interesting. And then in the subject B, there was definitely an alignment in the lower chakras, yet the upper chakras weren't quite in line yet. So have you found that that's more and more the case where a lot of the light workers that you're working with are not necessarily very grounded and connected in the lower chakras? Are you finding that?
Oh, I find that tremendously. Yeah, a lot of light workers would rather be home and not be on the planet. And so, they don't want to go into the lower chakras and they want to stay in the upper chakras. This was a half hour on the Merkaba Light Table, and the results, like say, are on the first home page of the wellness-energetics.com website, so you can see the test results. And that's what I'm trying to do, is sort of help the integration of science with the metaphysics through doing these tests. And I'm going to continue to do more of them, because I take them to fairs, and people can walk in and they can feel the energy of the Merkabas, and they're drawn over to the booth. And it's just amazing how, just being in the vicinity, that they feel the energy amplify and raise their vibration. The reason that this Merkaba Light Table is so beneficial is that it's for wellness practitioners, and there's many testimonies on the website, like Reiki practitioners, massage therapists, craniosacral, that they find that what it does is enhances and complements whatever they do. Because when the client's on the table for the half hour before, that it primes them for whatever modality that they're doing. And that's what's really special about it. And like one craniosacral that normally a 45-minute hold was reduced to 7 minutes when the person was on the table. And a massage therapist, the knots started already loosening up before they even touched the person. And just phenomenal testimonies.
So it just speeds up the healing process of everything, or every modality. Is that correct?
Exactly. And that's why it's like the new paradigm of energy therapy. And that's what I'm trying to get around the nation to, show practitioners that they want to be on the cutting edge of this new technology, this energy technology, that's what I'm offering to them.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, we're getting fairly close to the end of the time together. It's certainly an exciting discussion. So how do people get hold of you?
Wellness-energetics.com and energetics.com. And also, it's the same website as Merkaba, Merkaba, light, light, table.com. So there's the two websites, but it actually goes to the same website, if you forget one.
Great. And so, and soon to come is 3 books and a Facebook page.
Yes, I have yes, I will be getting the Facebook. On my Facebook now is Deb Peterson Starwalker, but I need to get an official page for the Merkabas.
Well, thank you everyone so much for being on the call. I greatly appreciate that, and I'm really looking forward to helping you create the network of people working with this technology so that they can share their information, which I think will be the body of a lot of what you want to put in your book. So it's been a great pleasure to have you on the show. I look forward to learning more about this project as it unfolds. And it's certainly dear to my heart because I love going to sacred sites. I love taking people on sacred shoe shop outings and helping reactivate all the sacred sites and bringing them back online, so to speak, to bring about the new earth. So thank you, Deb, very much. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
For quality online wellness products, courses, and services, visit our sponsors, thewellnessstore.ca and the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy located at thewellnessacademy.ca. To stay in touch, visit us at thewellnessshow.ca. And until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.